This is threeL podcast, created by ListenCloud.
Listen, learn, level up.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Emma. Today, we're talking about a topic that affects almost all of us in this digital age: social media and its impact on our concentration. Do you think social media is causing people to have poor concentration?
That's a big question, Emma. There's no denying that social media has changed the way we interact, consume information, and even think. But the big concern is whether these changes are making it harder for us to focus and concentrate.
Definitely, Mike. Let's face it, most of us are guilty of constantly checking our phones. We're scrolling through Instagram, checking Facebook notifications, or watching TikTok videos. It's become almost second nature. But what is this constant interaction doing to our attention span?
You're right. There's research showing that our attention span is shrinking. Some studies even suggest that our average attention span is now shorter than that of a goldfish. And a lot of people point the finger at social media for this decline.
That's a shocking comparison, Mike. Social media platforms are designed to be addictive. They use algorithms to keep us engaged, showing us content that we like and that keeps us scrolling. It's a never-ending cycle of instant gratification. We get likes, comments, and notifications that release dopamine in our brains, making us crave more.
Exactly, Emma. The dopamine rush can be very addictive. It makes us want to keep checking our phones, even when we're supposed to be doing something else. Over time, this constant distraction makes it harder for us to focus on tasks that require longer attention spans, like reading a book, working on a project, or even having a face-to-face conversation.
That's so true, Mike. I've noticed it myself. Sometimes, I find it hard to sit through a long article or focus on a movie without reaching for my phone. It's almost like our brains are being trained to look for distractions.
And that's not just anecdotal. Research has shown that frequent use of social media can lead to changes in brain structure, particularly in areas related to attention and memory. This means that over time, heavy social media users might find it more difficult to focus and retain information.
That's concerning. And let's not forget about the impact on mental health. Constant exposure to social media can lead to anxiety and stress, especially when we're bombarded with information and feel the need to keep up with everything. This constant state of alertness can make it even harder to concentrate.
Absolutely, Emma. The fear of missing out, or FOMO, is a real thing. People feel pressured to stay updated with the latest trends, news, and posts from friends. This pressure can lead to stress and anxiety, making it even more challenging to focus on other important aspects of life.
And then there's the issue of multitasking. Social media encourages us to multitask. We're often watching TV while scrolling through our phones or working while checking notifications. But research shows that multitasking can actually reduce productivity and make us less efficient.
Exactly. When we multitask, our brain has to switch between tasks, which takes time and energy. This can lead to mistakes, slower work, and even burnout. It's ironic because we think we're being more productive by doing multiple things at once, but in reality, we're just reducing our ability to concentrate effectively.
That's a good point, Mike. Social media also affects our sleep patterns, which in turn impacts our concentration. Many people use their phones before bed, scrolling through social media, which exposes them to blue light. This can interfere with our sleep, making it harder to concentrate the next day.
That's right, Emma. Sleep is essential for cognitive functions, including memory and attention. Poor sleep can lead to poor concentration. The habit of checking our phones late at night, or even during the night if we get a notification, is disrupting our sleep and impacting our ability to focus during the day.
But Mike, to be fair, social media isn't all bad. It has its benefits, like connecting us with friends and family, providing information, and even offering educational content. The problem arises when we don't manage our usage effectively.
That's a good point, Emma. It's about how we use social media, not just the fact that we use it. If we're mindful and set boundaries, we can enjoy the benefits without letting it take over our attention and concentration.
So, what can people do to improve their concentration and reduce the negative impact of social media? One effective strategy is setting specific times for social media use. Instead of constantly checking your phone, you could designate certain times of the day for browsing and stick to those times.
That's a great idea, Emma.
All right, now let's dive into some vocabulary that's really useful.
1. Concentration, meaning the ability to focus one's attention or mental effort on a particular task or activity without being distracted. Example, he turned off his phone to improve his concentration while studying for the exam. 2. Non-essential, meaning not absolutely necessary, not required or crucial for a particular task or situation. Example, during the budget cuts, the company decided to eliminate non-essential expenses like office parties. 3. Set boundaries, meaning establishing limits or guidelines to protect one's personal space, time, and well-being. Example, it's important to set boundaries with work to ensure you have time for relaxation and personal interests. 4. FOMO, fear of missing out, meaning anxiety that one might miss exciting or interesting events or opportunities, often fueled by social media. Example, her FOMO made her check her phone constantly to see what her friends were doing. 5. Multitasking, meaning performing multiple tasks or activities simultaneously, trying to do more than one thing at once. Example, while multitasking might seem efficient, it often leads to mistakes and lower quality of work. Okay, another tip is to turn off non-essential notifications. Constant alerts can be a major source of distraction. By turning off notifications, you can reduce the urge to check your phone and stay focused on the task at hand.
And it might be helpful to have tech-free zones or times. For example, no phones at the dinner table or no screens an hour before bed. This can help create a healthy balance and ensure that social media doesn't interfere with important moments or rest time.
I like that. It's all about creating habits that promote focus and concentration. Reading a book, going for a walk, or engaging in a hobby without screens can help reset your attention span and improve your ability to concentrate.
And let's not forget about mindfulness techniques. Practices like meditation can train your brain to focus better. Even just a few minutes of mindfulness each day can make a big difference in how you manage distractions.
Absolutely, Emma. It's about being intentional with our time and attention. Social media can be a great tool, but we need to use it wisely. Otherwise, it risks becoming a major distraction that affects our concentration and overall well-being.
I couldn't agree more, Mike. To our listeners, remember that while social media is a big part of our lives, it's important to take control of how we use it. Be mindful of your screen time, set boundaries, and make time for activities that help you focus and relax.
Well said, Emma.
Mike, we need those breaks to reset. So, while social media isn't going anywhere, we have to be mindful of how it affects our focus and well-being. It's all about finding balance and taking control of our habits.
Exactly. So to all our listeners out there, take a moment to reflect on your own social media habits. Are they helping you, or are they making it harder for you to focus on what really matters?
That's a great challenge, Mike. And remember, it's okay to unplug every now and then. Social media will still be there when you're ready, but your focus and mental health need to be prioritized.
Everyone, before wrap up, let's go over some key vocabulary that's really useful. 6. Distraction, meaning something that diverts attention away from the task at hand, a disturbance that interrupts focus. Example, the noise from the construction site was a major distraction while he was trying to write his report. 7. Designate. Meaning, to officially assign a particular role, purpose, or place for something or someone. Example, the manager designated a corner of the office as a quiet space for employees to work without interruptions. 8. Dopamine. Meaning, a neurotransmitter in the brain that plays a key role in pleasure, reward, and motivation. Example, activities like exercising or listening to music can boost dopamine levels, making you feel happier and more motivated. 9. Addictive. Meaning, capable of causing a strong habit or dependence, difficult to stop once started. Example, social media can be addictive, with users spending hours scrolling through feeds even when they intend to stop. 10. Mindfulness. Meaning, the practice of being aware and present in the moment without judgment, focusing one's attention on the current experience. Example, mindfulness meditation can help reduce stress and improve concentration by encouraging people to focus on their breathing and bodily sensations. Well said, Emma. We hope this conversation has given you some food for thought about how social media affects concentration and what you can do to manage it. If you've got any tips or personal experiences to share, feel free to reach out to us.
Yes, we'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. Let's keep the conversation going about social media and how we can use it in a healthier way.
Until next time, everyone, take care, stay mindful, and remember to take some screen-free time for yourself.
Bye for now, and don't forget to protect your focus.